Hey guys, what's up? Lyndon here. So today we want to just take a look at how do you go about creating filters within your CRM, right? So when it is that you get into your CRM platform, based upon wherever it is that you have your default screen for when you log into the platform, one of the first things that you'll definitely have to come to is, of course, on your contacts list, right? So you go contacts, you click contacts, and then of course it's going to bring it to your general contact list pane. From there, if you look on your lower left-hand side, you will see where you can add filter. Now, when you click add filter, your filter, HubSpotters would have given you a number of different defaults as to how you can go about creating filters. Now, you can create filters by city, by form submission, and there's a plethora of different options here that you can choose from. Now, before we go into the how, let me just explain the why. Now, why would it be important to create filters? Because it is time that we start taking more of a segmented approach as it relates to how it is that we prospect, how it is that we actually go about doing things like marketing. So let's say, for instance, your CFO or your C-suite categories, your CFOs, your CIOs, your chief operating officers would be different as it relates to sending a message or reaching out to them because they will be your senior decision makers. So your outreach will be different to that group as it would relate to being the outreach to, let's say, for instance, a middle manager, a team lead, a supervisor would be much different from there. Or it would be different as it relates to a customer service representative, a sales representative, clerk one or clerk two, because of the fact that every position has a different level of authority as it relates to how you want to go about prospecting and identifying those customers, even as it relates to messaging, whether it's from sales or marketing. That has the tone and the structure and the message in itself will be very, very different, as it relates to why it's important to create your filter. So when it is that you have your account-based marketing or sales strategies, you can use from the filter that you created to identify who are the CEOs, who are the middle managers, who are the junior executives that's within the organization, and what messages I want to start creating for those people. And that approach can be used from both your sales team or your marketing team. So how do we go about doing that? Well, let's go straight into it here again. So as I said from before, you'll look on the left-hand side where it will say create or add filter. And when you do add filter, it's going to bring up a list of filters here for you. Now, you can create properties, and those properties that you create, we'll do that in a separate video, but you can create properties that will become categories that you can filter by. Or in this instance, I'm just going to show you how I create a filter by my client's job title. So once you're here, you will just type job. And in this instance, you have two options. You have job function or you have job title. Now, if you look to the middle, you would see that job title is one of the areas that shows up in my CRM. So that's what I want to use. So I can click job title. And now I have 4 different categories that I can choose from. So I'm going to start with the last 2 categories first. Of course, the first one, the simplest one is known. So what the CRM is asking me, do you want me to filter for all of the job titles that I have where it is known? So we already know the people who has a job title. So like for instance, Tanisha Commoner, her job title is a virtual assistant. However, this person here that is info at OPAAT-SWY, we don't know what that job title is. Or this gentleman here that's Stuart Hart, we don't know what his job title is. So I could also filter for anyone that we do not know. So if I were to click is unknown, then what would happen is that the CRM will start scrubbing through the database to find all of the people who we don't have job titles for. Now, this is a really key and cool filter because it gives me the ability to know, because I don't want to miss messaging anyone, or because let's say for instance, Stuart was a senior executive, I just didn't know what his title was, then I get the ability to update. My team's homework would now be a matter of updating all of these 70 contacts to identify what their job titles are so they fall into the respective buckets when it's time for me to do my outreach to the customer. Then we have does not contain. Now, does not contain means, so again, remember before I was saying that, let's say for instance, we're looking at clerk 1, clerk 2, team lead. I can say we do not want to have people like team leads and clerk 1s and clerk 2s in there. So what will happen is that once I put does not contain, it will pull all of those people out and it would leave the remainder. But we don't want to use that one. We want to use contains exactly. So we want to go with a specific subset of my entire database. So here I'm saying, okay, I want to go with people who have the title of MD or CEO or COO. So let me do COO again. And what you will notice is that it's automatically beginning to just scrub through all of the contacts, and you will see everyone that has those titles. So let's look for anyone that has the title of VP, all right? So with these four, it's telling me that I have a total of 17 contacts, but my database is 397, and I personally know that I have a lot more people that's within there that I can actually work with, right? But because of the fact that their names, the titles are what we have here is all abbreviated, it's wise because if you notice that for me, just for the general sake of this exercise, I normally make it a practice to type out everybody's job title apart from just having the abbreviation. So let's say, for instance, now I want to look at Chief Executive Officer. All of a sudden, now I jump to 22. Let's say I'm looking for now Vice President. Right, I'm also looking now for Chief Operations Officer. Right, let's say, for instance, I'm also looking at Managing Director. Right, that's there as well. I left out one. Let's say I'm looking for Chairman, or I'm looking for an Executive Chairman. Just wait for it. I'm moving a little too fast, right? So I'm looking for an Executive Chairman, right? So I would have moved from having just 17 contacts to now a total of 53 contacts. That's now within my HubSpot CRM that I can actually now go after. So I can say this group, this particular subset is important for us to go after. And once I'm done with that, I will just click filter, apply filter. And then when I save the filter, I can do a couple of things with it. I can leave it private to me. So if I'm a sales rep and I'm working with my own database, I can keep this private. Or if I'm a team lead, I can now share it with my team. Or if I am the head of the business unit, I can now share it with everyone, give it a name, and I call it C-Suite, and save. And now I would have created within my HubSpot CRM a very specific category for everyone that is in the C-suite, right? Everyone that's in the C-suite, so that my team can now go after this group. And that could be my marketing team, and that could also be my sales team. How do you find that? If I go into all saved filters, you would see to the middle here, right to the center, it's saying C-Suite. And this is now created by me, but it's shared with everyone. And if other members of my team would create separate filters for themselves, I will see their list of filters here, and these are your standard filters. So that is exactly how you go about creating filters within your HubSpot CRM. That is why I also explained why it's important that you do segmentation in your HubSpot CRM, because not every strategy, not every product, service, or solution is for everyone. And by breaking out your filters, you will say, I want this team or I want this group of people to go after these persons within the CRM. I hope that actually made sense to you guys. Please feel free to shoot me a message at any point in time if it is that you need to get additional information. And you tell me, how do you use your CRM to identify or start creating an account-based sales, account-based marketing, or vertical sales and marketing strategies for your organization? Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for the time. Take care. Peace.